Hey everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and we're back with another real estate investing video. Today we're talking about the store, the Mini-Mart and the liquor store, and there was some crazy news that came out this last week or so that we were not expecting at all. Good and bad news having to do with the store, and we'll talk about that soon and kind of give as much of the story as we can. Lots of drama involved, and for once, it's not me involved in the drama, so that's always good. All right, of course, we love the likes, shares, comments. Keep those coming, and we love seeing new subscribers as well. And we have a lot of books on Amazon too, on real estate investing, flipping, being an agent, rental properties, my crazy real estate stories, all kinds of great stuff there. And of course, investformore.com has free articles and a free book there too. All right, so the store and the Mini-Mart liquor store was something I bought back in January, and I bought the building, and it kind of came with these businesses. I've done tons of videos about bringing it kind of back to life in a way. When I bought the store, it needed some love, some work. It was open, but they didn't have a lot of inventory, didn't have a lot of selections, and we've really come through and not only added inventory and different selections on the liquor side and the grocery side, but we painted things. We've redone some things, we added coolers, did all kinds of cool stuff to try and make it a better store. And the sales have done really well, and it was kind of cool. I was there earlier this week, and I'll talk about my time there and how much time I'm spending there too, because that's important as well. But one of the distributors was there, the main vendor for our grocery side and snacks and candy and all of that stuff. And he's like, man, you guys sell so much more stuff than the old owner did. And so he's like, you're ordering like 2 to 3 times more than they were. So that was really cool to hear, and to hear that we're doing that. And yes, we're making money, but we're also putting a lot of that money back into the store to make it better. So I know people sometimes complain about, these corporations that don't pay as many taxes, or businesses that pay that many taxes. But this is kind of an example of how that works. Yes, we're making money, we're profiting, but we're taking that profit and we're dumping it right back into the store, buying materials, buying more supplies, buying more inventory. It's not like we're just pocketing that money and not paying taxes. We're using it to reinvest into the business, make it better, and that's how the tax system works in the United States. Is it rewards businesses that reinvest into their business to make it bigger, the community, to help, all of that. So that's a little bit of a sidetrack, but I thought it was important to mention. As far as my time spent at the store, I was just there this afternoon, and I kind of left my office at probably 1 o'clock or so. And it takes about 20, 30 minutes to get there. It's not in my same town. And I usually stop along at the bar. I own the bar building that we bought, the Pour House in Alt, Colorado. If you haven't gone there, it'd be great if you can, and buy some drinks. We need the help there. Stop there, check things out. Sometimes I'll buy groceries because I own the building I'm in right now, which is a 68,000 square foot kind of strip mall. And there's a grocery store that rents from us in here. And it's actually a discount grocery store. And so I can walk over there or drive, over there if I have a lot of stuff I'm getting, get super cheap stuff, drop stuff off at the bar, take stuff to the store, and it's actually kind of fun and relaxing for me in a way. I know it's not the absolute best use of my time, right? I know if I wanted to make the most money possible, I wouldn't spend any time doing that. I would only be working on other online stuff, or buying properties, or studying, our flips and different things. But, life isn't just about maximizing everything you can. Sometimes it's about doing things you enjoy and have fun too. So I have to kind of be careful though, knowing when I'm going to go to the store and how much time I have, because I get sucked into it. Like, it's just a lot of fun for me. I'll show up and I'll start looking at, what's stocked, what we need, new products we can have, talk to the customers, talk to, our people who are working there. And then I start stocking beer and doing different stuff. And it's weird. It's kind of like if you start pulling weeds, and maybe you have an obsessive compulsive personality, you can't just pull one weed, you just have to pull all the weeds in your yard. Well, if you start stocking shelves, you can't just stock one shelf, you have to start stocking all of them, and it's kind of crazy. So, but it's still fun, it's making money, it's been a blast, but it also had some crazy news this last week or so. So that crazy news is there is a restaurant catty corner from the store called the Branding Iron, and they announced, I think it's like 2 weeks ago now, they were closing, and they're closing in a week. So that took the whole town by shock. This is Pierce, Colorado. There's 1,300 people in Pierce. I didn't want to shortchange the town and say there weren't that many people there. So it's not a huge town, but it's got one restaurant, and very popular restaurant. People went there all the time, and it announced they're closing down and closed down like that same week. And so that was very crazy for us because we're kind of the only store in town, and now if the only restaurant in town is gone, that could help us in a way because people who maybe would have gone there for lunch or breakfast or dinner might come to our store to get food and cook it themselves or take it home or go to the park or something and eat it. And, there was a restaurant/bar there, so now there's not a bar there. And so that might cause people to come to the liquor store more, so that could help us in a way. And then the other interesting thing about this is that we own the bar in Alt, Colorado, which is maybe 5-7 miles away. Well, now people might go to that bar more often with this one closed as well. So in a way, this could help out our businesses, but it's also not good for the town at all. And, I want to see the town happy and have them have more choices. And two of the people who work there also rented apartments in our store on the upstairs. There's 3 apartments up there, and 2 of them who work there rented apartments there. So I know at least one of them had a couple of jobs, probably should be okay, but we're looking for something else, and I don't know about the other one, and so that's not good either. And ironically, we have an opening up at our store for a new job, and both of those people actually worked at the store at one point over the years, but I don't think they want to go back and work at the store again. Don't know why it's so amazing, but that's okay. And we also told them, I think we told them that we had an opening for the bartender as well at the bar. So there's a lot of different intertwining things going on here, but hopefully everything works out okay, and the closure doesn't hurt too bad, or it gets opened back up again here soon. And then that brings us to the drama part of the story. I told you there would be some. Well, it closed in a very short amount of time, right? No one really knew what was happening. It was a big shock, big surprise. And then there were lots of rumors going around that they had to close so fast because some kind of tax problem. And it was kind of being blamed on the owner of the building that they had either defaulted on sales taxes or the IRS was seizing the property. They had to get all the stuff out as soon as they can because the property is going to be seized. Lots of rumors circulating on that side of it. And none of that made any sense to me because I've done some tax things, some tax research. I've seen some tax sales in the past, and I've never seen the IRS or sales tax people work that quickly and just see something unless it's been happening in the works for months or years, and they've had plenty of warning and tons of communication. And from what we were hearing, the restaurant said they were shocked and had no idea what was happening and had to leave right away and take all their stuff out because the building was being seized. And so I did some research, couldn't find any information on any tax sales, any delinquent taxes, anything at all on the Colorado website or anything like that. And so I heard some more news, and that is that the whole tax thing was completely fabricated and not true at all, which I don't want to speculate or say I know it's happening or what is not happening. But in my personal experience knowing about taxes, it makes way more sense to me because that just didn't seem right that they would just seize things and shut down. Or if they're going to seize something and shut it down, they're not going to give you warning. They're not going to tell you, oh, we're going to seize everything here next week, so go take all the stuff out you need, and then we'll seize it, right? They just come in and seize everything and don't tell you if they really want to take it. And the federal government also doesn't just seize buildings and equipment for the most part, and unless it's like a drug situation, something crazy, something that's crime, something that's been in the works for a very long time. Again, I'm not an expert on this, so I could be, wrong on that, but just from my experience and seeing things, so it didn't seem right. And so actually today while I was there, I actually was able to talk to the owner a little bit. Super nice guy, and get some of the backstory, and his grandparents helped start or own the building or helped build the building, been around in the family a very long time. He had a restaurant there that he started up, got going really well, and then he sold that restaurant to this to the Branding Iron, who started up about 6 months ago, and he thought it was going well. He kept ownership of the building, but so the next rumor is that the Branding Iron just got up and left and didn't want to pay rent anymore, and that's why they left. So again, I don't like speculating and saying this is what happened, this is what happened, he said, she said. But in general, it just did not make sense to me that they'd be forced out and kicked out right away and have to leave before the building was seized. And we can see right now, the building is not being seized. I was in there today. They're cleaning it up. They're trying to clean everything up, paint some things, rehab the inside of the building a little bit after how it was left from the restaurant. And then they might try and sell it, or they might open up again. So if there are people from Pierce watching the video, it's set up for a restaurant now. I'd had some people trying to get me to buy it. I don't want to buy that restaurant. I've got enough going on. I don't need that in my life right now. But it's set up for a restaurant. It's set up perfectly for that right now. Hopefully someone will come along and buy the property, get it going again. Or it sounds like there might be an opportunity the old owner will start it up again too as a restaurant again. So I wouldn't be completely in despair that nothing's going to happen with it and it's just going to be a vacant building. Sounds like hopefully it gets started up here and running as a restaurant again, and that can help out the town and everything. So that's kind of the drama. Hopefully I didn't say too much about the whole situation. Again, it's mostly speculation for me, but just from my own standpoint, it just made no sense that taxes would cause something like that. It just seemed fishy from the start. So, and hopefully, the building can get, fixed up a little bit, cleaned up a little bit, and back in operating again here as a restaurant just for the town in general. So in the short term, maybe it helps out our store a little bit. Maybe it helps out the bar a little bit, but I think in the long term, it serves everybody better in the community if it becomes a restaurant, opens back up again, and gives people a dining choice, because it literally was the only restaurant in town. It's not like there's other choices out there. So that is the update on what's going on up there, the interesting stuff. We've got our new coolers in. We've got more new product all the time. We're expecting a new cooler from Pepsi next week. That should be awesome and nice to get that in too. We can have some more stuff. And yes, things are plugging along. The bar, like I said, has been doing better. It's been doing better slowly over time, but it still needs some more people going there to make it a viable business, and it can take a while to get that going. So hopefully that keeps improving. We have some different ideas and different things to make that happen. So hopefully those can be implemented as well. And just lots of crazy, interesting stuff going on here. And yes, it is also 40 degrees outside. It's May 20th, and it's supposed to snow tonight maybe. So that's interesting as well, considering it was 85 degrees yesterday. So cool, crazy Colorado weather. All right, thanks for watching. Love getting the comments, shares, likes, all of that good stuff. We'll have updates on the store, the bar, and we'll see what happens with the restaurant across the street here soon too, and see if that opens up again here in a timely manner or not. Hopefully it does. And then, yeah, hopefully that can get back open for everybody around the area. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back with much more coming up here soon.